The notes paper you're not turning in because I never take your notes, okay? You don't need to take a picture of it and put it online. It's fine because we're kind of doing all the problems together. So let's flip to the back side. We're going to do the back side of 1.3. So yesterday we talked about distance formula and midpoint formula, which is on the blue sheet. The midpoint formula is the stuff that is on the quiz. The midpoint formula is super easy. All you do is take the x's, you add them together, and you divide by 2. You take the y's, you add them together, you divide by 2. Do we remember doing this yesterday? No. Yesterday it was super easy, okay? We are going to use the midpoint formula differently today. This is not on the quiz. The stuff from yesterday is, just so you know. So it says find the coordinates of A if M is the midpoint of AB. So we're going to draw a picture every single time. So when in doubt, we're going to draw it out. So AB is my line. So I want to start by just using this top space. We're going to put A over here. We're going to put B over here. What letter is going to go in the middle? M. Does anybody need papers from yesterday? Rainbow card. There's yesterday was Wednesday, so there's papers in old yellow bins. Bold. I am sick. Can you hear it in my voice? I'm contaminated.
I'll kill you.
Because I like to use all my sick time for vacations. So like, if you get contaminated, my bad. But what else? Okay, I'd only call out sick. But I was like really, like this ain't nothing. It's annoying, but whatever. Okay, M is at -1, 2. And then B has coordinates 3, -5. We're gonna call the coordinate. We're gonna call this coordinate A. What we're trying to find. We're gonna call this X and Y. Bloop 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 bloop. Okay, so midpoint formula from your reference sheet. If you look at the reference sheet, what we did yesterday was we took the coordinates. We took the coordinates and we added them together and we divided by 2. And it was like easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, this is what we used yesterday. Now, if we did that here, if I took these coordinates and I added them together and I divided by 2, that would not give me A. That would give me somewhere between M and B. Okay, we don't need that. We need to find this other coordinate over here. So I'm going to use the same formula, just a little bit different. So I'm going to take the 2 X values. I'm going to take X, which I don't know what is. And I'm going to take the other endpoint, which is 3. So I'm going to use the X's together to make an equation. So I'm going to use X and 3. I'm going to use the same formula. I'm going to say we're adding them together. In the midpoint formula on your blue sheet, what do we divide by every single time? 2. So I divide by 2. And this time I know where I should end up. In the middle, will my X end up at 2 or will it end up at -1? -1 because it's X. So we're basically going to make an equation and we're going to go work backwards. So does anybody remember from algebra 1 how to get rid of the 2? Multiply both sides by 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2. It crosses out and I move it to the other side. So I'm going to multiply this side by 2. So I'm going to bring down X plus 3 because that's in the numerator. I haven't touched it yet. And then over here, what's -1 times 2? -2. And now it's a one-step equation. So how do I get X by itself? Subtract 3. So X equals what? -5. Now, it's a coordinate point on a line, so we have X. We need to do the same thing for Y. So I'm going to use my Y values to do the same thing. So I'm going to start with this value right here, which is Y. I don't know it. What am I adding that's on the other end of the line? -5, which looks weird. When you're adding a negative, it's really just a minus sign. So in the next step, I'm just going to put a minus sign. I'm dividing by what? 2. Get off your phone. U equals what? Nope. 2. Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of the denominator again. Take a second, multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the denominator. Just like we did for x, we're doing it for y. So this is a subtraction problem technically. So these cross out, right? When you're adding a negative, it's really just minusing. So I'm going to put y minus 5 instead of both signs because I think that's confusing. 2 times 2 is 4. So should I add 5 or subtract 5? Add. So y equals 9. So if I smush them back together, what's my coordinate? -5, 9. And that's where point A is. So A is at -5, 9. This is not on your quiz tomorrow. The stuff from yesterday is. Okay, the stuff from yesterday is way easier. This is a little weird. This is on chapter 1 test. Huh? Zoom in. Dude, you should not be sending them back. You are blind. How did you end up back there? You were like, I'm going to sit in the back. That sounds like a great business. Okay, we're going to do number 7. Number 7 is exactly the same. You're going to start by drawing a picture because when in doubt, we're going to draw it out every time. Okay, last time my line was AB. Last time my line was AB. For number 7, what are my 2 endpoint letters? J and L. So off to the side, I'm going to use this open space over here. J and L are the endpoints. What's in the middle? Okay. Okay, try to set it up. You're going to make an equation for x. Make an equation for x. You haven't even made your line yet. I needed to use as a research. No. To own a race. Like, I mean, my word. I'll donate to the needy. Oh, my God. Oh, stop eating my eye. Nothing comes out. Try number 7. You're taking x. What are you going to add to it? X plus -8. So x and -8 get added together. It's going to be over 2. And then it's going to equal -5. Oh, so you're adding the end values together. You're dividing by 2, and it equals the middle, which is -5. You're also going to set the same equation for y. You're taking the end values, y and 6. You're going to add them together. You're going to divide by 2, and then it equals 10. I think you have the same answer. Oh. No, I think you did it right. Which you can do. No, I mean, okay. So the good thing about math is you're like getting into a higher math. So there's a zillion ways to do it and get the correct answer. If I could just find my answer key, I could tell you if it's right or wrong. That is correct. So that works also. Whatever you read. Wait, where's yeah, no, you should solve that. No, I'm talking about that. Like I told you, like you should what? Okay, you do it today. It's just like you got done. I'm gonna have to check it, but. Yeah. Bring down, so you want to make sure it's down, right? And then you multiply by 2. Oh, why negative 5? I didn't freaking out. Wait, stop touching each other. Yes, you multiply -5 by 2. So you have x minus 8 equals -10. I'm adding 8 because I'm really adding a negative, so it's really just a minus sign. So I'm adding 8, adding 8. So x equals negative dose. Hi. What's up? I get. Huh? We're doing midpoint. Fun stuff. So y is the same thing. So you're doing y plus 6 over 2 equals how much? 10, because 10's in the middle. If I multiply by 2 to get rid of the denominator, no. You get 20. And then do I add 6 or subtract 6? Subtract 6. So what's my final answer as a coordinate? Good. And together, -214. And you have to find, what am I finding? J. So this is J. So try 8 completely on your own. Check with the people next to you. You have to draw a picture before you can do it. When in doubt, draw it out, right?
For real?
Yeah, draw it out. Draw a line. Because I decided to switch it up.
I'm glad, but at the end,
Yeah.
I would have literally like crashed out.
No, they were really good. The 3D shapes. Like, I felt like because like
That's like you
well, that's because I think by the end of the year, everybody's so down. So they're like, I'm not going to try. We're in the beginning of the year, you have to try because you literally have 0. You know what I mean? And then like, so they don't really something they like they should like give it their effort. And then by the end of the year, everybody just gives it, you know? So like, it was actually kind of smart. I was like, we're gonna, but the district's mad at me because I did that, but I don't care.
I'm so hot.
Your y is not your x is wrong. Oh, right here. No, I don't know. You can find it. I haven't looked at it. You can do it.
So hot.
I don't know. Is she here today?
Yeah.
That's skipper.
Let's hear today. Tell me, she might have gone out.
Might be something.
Oh, no, she's home. Not
She might be. I thought this was fun though.
Yeah. She was.
It's not that bad. It'd be a first y'all. But
Yeah, I just like our brains because ours we don't know.
That's
true.
Yeah, which is fun. But if you came here all the time, then you're like, go away.
You pick them.
Where are you from? I did argue. Yeah, I just argued.
Yeah.
So your picture should be P and R at the ends. Q is in the middle. If your picture is not right, your answer is going to be wrong. Okay. So Q's at -1, 3. P is at 5, 6. So over here, you're calling this X and Y, which is fine. It's just the opposite, but who cares? It doesn't matter. What 2 things are you adding together for X? X and what? X and 5. It doesn't matter if it's 5 plus X or X plus 5, because either way you're adding it together, so who cares? You're dividing by 2 every single time. What's it gonna be equal to? -1. Over here for Y, you should have 6 plus Y or Y plus 6. I don't care which way you read it. It doesn't matter. you're dividing by 2, and it's equal to 3. So if you haven't done so, try your problem. This is on your test. Your chapter 1 test, not the quiz. Chapter 1.
Okay.
Did you get a dress?
Yeah.
Cute.
I stole my life. I was from my freshman year.
All right, is she going to?
Yeah.
That's cute. Are you guys going together?
No.
Oh.
We're still. Ew, are you thinking
Yeah,
about
but
it?
yeah. Yeah. Okay, has anybody got the answer?
Yes.
What is it?
-7, 0.
-7, 0. Very nice. Okay, so you should have got -7, 0. Let's move on to the next thing. Next thing is technically a review from Tuesday. Okay. It is midpoint. So we're gonna do one of these, and then you guys can start working on your classwork. So let's do. Okay, bye. Let's do. Let's do number 10. So cross out number 9, cross out number 11, because whatevs. Let's go to number 10. Number 10 says, if G is the midpoint of FH. So I'm going to, when in doubt, we're going to draw it out. So I'm going to use this little side picture over here. What are the 2 end letters of my segment? F and H, because that's what it says. What is in the middle? G, because it says G is the midpoint. So G goes in the middle. And then it says F to G is 14x plus 25. We did this on Tuesday. So F to G is 14x plus 25. It says G to H is 73 minus 2x. I need to find FH. So the goal is to find this whole amount. First, I need to solve for x. So we talked about 2 things on Tuesday. We talked about we can do piece plus piece equals whole, or we can do something else with these. I can't add them together because I don't know the total. It doesn't say the total is 100, so I can't add them together to make 100. Okay, what can I do with these 2 pieces if it's a midpoint? Set them equal to each other, because midpoint tells me that they're 2 equal to each other. So I could put an equal sign in the middle of my problem, and I can solve for x. So I always like to move my numbers first. I don't know why I do. Do you want to move the 25 or do you want to move the 73? It doesn't matter. You want to move the 73? It doesn't matter. Do you 73? You really want to move the 73?
25.
No, I'm gonna move the 25. Okay, we're moving the 25. This is a dictatorship, guys. Okay, so I'm moving the 25 just because it's smaller. But if you move the 73. So I'm gonna do 14x equals 73 minus 25. Somebody with a calculator. 48 minus 2x. Now what do we do? Move the 2x. How do I move it? Add it, because it's minus, so I add it. So 14x plus 2x gives me 16x equals 48. Divide. How much do I get? X equals 3. Now, how do I find FH? Yes. Yeah, genius. Okay, so we have to, because we want this whole thing, we have to plug it into both and then we add them together. Now, does anybody know if they're a midpoint, what this means about both sides? They're equal. So do I really even need to plug it into both? No, I could just get one and then give it the same number. So I'm going to plug it into, I like to use the one with the plus signs just because like negative signs like to throw off my brain sometimes. So I'm going to plug it in. So 14 times 3 plus 25. No. 14 times 3. Is it actually 67?
Yes.
It is?
Well, I can tell you.
I guess. I thought you were just saying that. Okay, so if this is 6, 7, and this is 6, 7. How much total is the line? Is anybody checking this? Is this actually right? It is actually 67. I did this like a long time ago. Okay, so how much is the whole line if they're both 67s? 134. So the final answer is FH is 134. How ironic. Yes, what's up? Yes. So what you're doing, you can skip these other two problems on here. Your notes, you're not turning in because I never take your notes from you. I don't want your notes. Okay. On the back side of the classwork from yesterday, you are skipping two problems because why not? You know? Where's the class?
Okay. All right. You don't. What? You don't.
On the back of the classwork. So you should have yesterday. I know we got lots of papers right now. The front you should have did yesterday, correct? Right? You did that yesterday. On the back, you're crossing out two problems and then you're working on this. When you're done with the classwork, you're going to turn it in because it's a CW paper. It's also, I don't think any of the buddies is full punch. So like it's turning in because it's not going in a binder. Any paper with CW at the top is always turned into the bin. So on the back side, you can cross out 12 and 16. Then you are working on your quiz review. Honestly, if you want to do the quiz review first and do this at home, you can do that. Okay. When you're done with your quiz review, you can check your answers with mine. I have the key. Okay. The quiz is tomorrow in the beginning of class. So if you want to do the quiz review first, do the quiz review first. You want to do the classwork paper to turn it in, do that. It doesn't matter. The classwork paper is being turned in today or tomorrow.
You turn it in online?
No, it's a CW paper, so it always gets turned into the bin. The module 1 quiz review will be turned in online because I don't want to take it from you because I want you to look at it because it's similar to the test. It is the test, just with different numbers. What a wild concept.
Rocket science.
Wow, that like makes sense.
I know.
Okay, anyways, let me know if you get stuck. Let me know if you need help.
Okay.